Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Steph and I make videos all about the film, entertainment, and acting industries. And today I am really excited. We're moving forward with our Halloween theme, with our horror movie theme, and today we are actually going to be experimenting with making our own blood. So that's something that even if you're not interested in film, hopefully you find exciting, especially during this time of year. It's Halloween and spooky season. So these are going to be 2 blood recipes that are edible. They're safe to eat. Not that I'm condoning that you actually eat these, but they are safe to eat if you accidentally ingest them. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. Don't just drink the blood, please. But yeah, so I'm gonna make 2 different recipes, and then we're actually gonna also compare those recipes, our own homemade blood, to blood that I've purchased from stores. So we're gonna test the store-bought blood against our own homemade blood and see how our recipes stand up against the professionals. I have all of my ingredients laid out and I am ready to get started. Are you ready? Let's do this. So let's take a look at some of the ingredients that are required for these blood recipes. So I have 2 recipes. I've kind of combined all of the ingredients because some of them overlap. So I'm just gonna list out all of the ingredients that you would need for these 2 recipes, but I'll go ahead and throw up a graphic on the screen that gives you a detailed look at which items go with which recipe, just so that you're not confused. So first we have something that everybody should recognize, Frosted Flakes. Let me just preface that this video is not sponsored in any way. I just saw these recipes online, thought they looked interesting and like they might work. I've never made my own blood. I've only ever purchased it in the store. So I thought this would be a really fun experiment for me and for you guys as well. But anyway, back to this. So yeah, Frosted Flakes. Next here we have cornstarch. The cornstarch is not just useful in the blood recipes, but it's also useful in Foley. This is gonna be Dutch hot cocoa mix. Obviously, I am going to be making lots of hot cocoa this winter. Corn syrup. So when I was a kid, the one blood recipe that I knew beyond any other was the simple corn syrup and red food dye. That's kind of like the basis that we're working with, but these recipes that I found sort of spice that basic recipe up and give it a little bit of a twist, you know, make it a little bit more realistic than just corn syrup and red food dye. All right, so let me go ahead and just set that aside. So for the first recipe, this is going to be the simple one. So what we need for the first recipe is our corn syrup, our red food dye, and our cocoa mix. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the cocoa mix just because it's dry and I don't want to get corn syrup in my cocoa mix. Oh my God, that smells so good. I love cocoa. Okay, yeah, 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of cocoa mix. Cocoa mix. Now we've got our corn syrup. Clearly I haven't opened any of this yet. I saved it all for you guys so that you can experience it with me and my struggle as I break my nails. Yeah, sorry about my nails, by the way. Don't look at them. I'm about to switch polish, so that's why they look bad. Gonna do some Halloween nails. All right. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon. It's literally just like sugar syrup. If you are not aware of what corn syrup is. Making a mess. Whew. So as you can see, we've got some nice layering there. We've got the cocoa, we've got the corn syrup, and we're about to add in the food coloring. Okay, there we go. And it's already getting on my skin. Ah! I'm used to food dye that has a little dropper at the top, and this does not. So I'm gonna have to be really careful with how much I actually pour in here. It said 4 drops, my goodness. Okay. Here we go. Steady, steady. Ah! Well, it doesn't come out in drops. My advice is to buy the variety pack that has all the colors and has the little spouts on top. Because yeah, this is more, like the quantity is more, but that was, there was no way for me to control how much was going in. So Yeah, okay, so here we go. Before I mix anything, the dye is starting to go down a little bit. All right, let's mix it up and see if we've created a little cup of blood. Wow, ooh. So yeah, I've never done this with the cocoa, but it's immediately making it thicker. Oh, wow. It's like, the color is really nice. There's so much cocoa I still have to mix up. But yeah, so far the color's looking good. Now the texture's definitely not blood texture, I can tell you that right now. It's very grainy from the cocoa. Oh my God, there's so much cocoa on the bottom. You can tell that there's something grainy in here. It looks like there might be sand mixed into the blood or something like that. Cool. All right, so I am going to set this aside and we're going to go ahead and start on recipe number 2, and then we're gonna compare them all at the end. Half tablespoon of the cornstarch. Oh God, more packages to open. I'm only a little covered in cornstarch. It's fine. Seriously? This stuff sucks. Warning, warning, cornstarch. Lord. 1 teaspoon of water. Teaspoon of water. 1/4 teaspoon. Wow, really? This seems like a very small amount of corn syrup. Is it a 1/4 tablespoon? I don't know. I'll tell you that right now, I don't know. That doesn't seem like enough, right? It's overflowing and it still doesn't seem like enough. What the heck? I am literally adding in more, okay? We're going rogue on this one because I don't trust it. I don't trust it. All right, next is the cornflakes, and it says to do 3/4 teaspoon. These are not good measurements. 3/4 teaspoon? That's 3/4 of this. Let's see, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do a pinch. I'm gonna make a call here, and I'm gonna override the system, and I'm gonna say we're gonna do a pinch. I'm gonna crunch this big guy up. I think that'll be cool. Crunch it, give it some coagulation. All right, I'm gonna just crunch up one more, and then I think that's probably enough. I don't want it to be too chunky because then it won't be realistic. So, got my chunks. All right, we're going in with the red. Woo! All right, 2nd spoon. We've got our ingredients, not quite as beautifully layered in my opinion. It looks way grosser, but that's what we're going for here, is gross. Ooh, this cornstarch is turning into cement. Ooh. Ooh. Do I need cocoa in this one? We're gonna add in a teensy pinch of you. Okay, hopefully that's enough. We're going with it. Oh man. All right, well, the cocoa might have messed up my texture again, which is what it is. This does look good though. This looks good. Recipe 2 is better than recipe 1 in my opinion. Like for real, this looks so good. Why do I want to take a bite? I don't. Wow, and this one really thickened up on us. You know what this reminds me of? This is like, recipe 1 is the consistency of a cake batter. That's what it is. It's that graininess, and it smells like cake. Yeah, this reminds me of cake batter, whereas this blood is definitely the winner. If I had to say between the two, which one is more realistic, hands down, recipe number 2 is more realistic than recipe number 1. Now comes the big test. So we are going to put these to the test next to the bloods that I've purchased from the store. This is our recipe number 1 and our recipe number 2. Ooh, and it's getting better the more the cornflakes sog. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Ooh. And then, okay, this is fake blood. I can't believe it's not blood. Purchased on Amazon. Very cool product. And this little guy, this is from the brand Marin, and this is coagulated blood gel. Wow. I just couldn't be a beauty influencer. Clearly, this is what store-bought. I can't believe it's not blood. Ooh, yeah. All right, so just a tiny little bit, and we'll let it roll around a little. As you can see, it's pretty thick. It's a really, really nice blood replicant. It really looks like blood. It looks great. I mean, just look at that. Okay, so that's store-bought number 1. This is not a brand new bottle, but the whole point of this blood is for it to be goopy and dark and congealed. This is the blood for something that is, the blood is starting to clot. So that's what this really is the coagulation is like the thick, goopy blood clotting. So that's what that is. So now I finally get to show you guys the texture that we're working with here. That it really, really does look like a cake batter. Look at that. It looks like I'm baking a cake is what that looks like. I mean, yeah, but it's really not realistic. So yes, to potentially using it for food, but it's gonna have to be a no for film. So this is gonna be our zombie blood, our coagulated blood. Ooh, it's so beautiful. So I'm just gonna get a nice hearty scoop full of chunks. Oh yeah. All right, so we got our chunks, and let's sort of just let it, ooh yeah, wow, wow, wow. I'm afraid to let it go too much. I'll let it do the opposite way. But look at that. That's artistic. That looks like art. I mean, wow. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I had so much fun experimenting and figuring out the different recipes, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the different recipes broken down and how to make them, and I also hope you enjoyed getting to compare them to the store-bought versions so that you can kind of determine what will work best for you and your budget and your project moving forward. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel because I have more spooky season content coming up in the next weeks, all the way up through Halloween, and then after Halloween I have a ton more content coming out, and we're actually working on a secret project right now that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to show you guys. So if you're interested in finding out what that is, then subscribe, turn on your notifications, and if you like this video, consider giving it a like. All right, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.